It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's basketball out in Memphis, FedEx Forum to be exact. We'll see the Grizzlies go up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Checking out Cleveland. They're enjoying a better winning percentage to this point than we saw last season, an encouraging sign for the players and the front office. We'll be expecting a major air raid here in tonight's game. Two teams that live and die by the long ball. Shaq, we talk about how great three-point shooting helps you spread the floor. Tell us why that's a good idea.
Ernie, extra space can lead to more open shots. And when the guys are knocking them down, makes it harder to double guys on the block.
What you think about it, Ernie? When you can shoot that three ball, that means the defense has to come out, which creates so many driving lanes and mismatches all over the floor. This is one for the ages.
That's how they beat us in 94, 95.
Oh, yeah. We started that.
Yeah.
We started that.
With Kenny's.
Downtown Memphis, Tennessee, are setting tonight the FedEx Forum. The crowd is assembled here at the FedEx Forum, downtown Memphis, Tennessee, looking for a Grizzlies victory. With Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will join us from the sidelines. Looking at the last game for the Cleveland Cavaliers, it was a win against Chicago. And they put it all together in that game. It added up to a phenomenal win.
Once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the deep.
I think, Greg, you can't expect to win with that kind of effort. The defense was nowhere to be found, and it cost them all night long.
And before the tip-off, let's send it over to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with Coach Tyronn Lue.
Well, guys, he said, we know what we have to do to beat this team because we've already done it once this year. When I asked him about changing things up in the second meeting, he said, why would we? Until they prove they can handle us, we're not changing a thing. Sounds like he's pretty happy with the formula that won that first game. Guys?
Thank you, David. Already, Doris, several elite rookies are struggling. We often see top high school players making the seamless jump to college. Why is that next jump from college to pro so much more difficult?
Well, I think for every level of basketball that you go up, whether it's high school to college and then college to pro, there's a different level of physicality. The players take an extraordinary jump both in their approach to the game, their level of professionalism, what their physical and mental maturation state is. So the NBA has the best players, not only from the United States, but from across the world. And so obviously there's a level of preparation that's required on a day-to-day basis, and the season is so much drastically longer from the college, which plays about 30 to 40 games, to an 82-game regular season, and then if you're fortunate enough to be in the playoffs. So there's a level of endurance required in addition to both the physical and mental maturation standpoint.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Cleveland, the two stars, LeBron and Love, making up the forward position. Wells is out there with Thomas, and it's Garbage Man in at the center. And so it's the Cavaliers getting on the board first. Passes it to Baldwin. Eyes a three, and that's collected by Garbage Man. Memphis on defense. It's a three-point game. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Yeah, got into foul trouble and really played out of control and just couldn't overcome it.
I think you really have to think they beat themselves out there, right? You can't be fouling in other another team like that back consistently, and that's just asking to get beat.
Here's Conley following the basket by LeBron James. There's a good screen. Pocket 6. Green with a screen on left. Conley with a wide open look. Traps in the tray.
Yeah, and coming off that pick there, Conley able to get to his sweet spot and convert.
Outside Thomas. From down in the low post, it goes.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
Boy, seizing control right away. Send a message on that possession.
Now here's Conley. 32 points for him last game against Milwaukee.
And we have to mention his rebound. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
Here's Baldwin over Love. Great D that time from Love. James wide open. That's in there. Thomas with the assist.
Boy, hitting for good percentage here in the first quarter. He's doing what he can to get his team off on the right foot.
Conley kicks to Parsons. He set the pick. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Parsons got his first points of the game.
That's just sneaky inside. Parsons has that capability.
LeBron passes to garbage man, and yes, it's good.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
Conley with it. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game. Here's Baldwin, and it's blocked. Thomas, so wide open look. Another 3 for Cleveland.
How good is King James at spreading the floor, involving everyone on the offensive end?
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. They set the pick. Jacks up a 3. Parsons' shot is off.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
And the basket by Thomas.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
So timeout call here. First for Memphis. And anytime he takes the court, you can bet Isaiah Thomas is #1 with a bullet atop the other team's scout report.
And he knows it too, Kev. Facing all of these double teams, this guy's worked so hard to become even more dynamic as a scorer and passer. He can finish with either hand. He can hit threes on the move. This guy is relentless looking to improve.
Here's Baldwin. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot. Baldwin kicks to Conley. Green, the screen. In the corner, Parsons with it. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Parsons got 5 now.
Now that's his game. Parsons, one of the league's best at catch and shoot.
Conley against Thomas. He dishes it to LeBron. Oh, wide open look for Love. Another 3 for Cleveland.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
No, exactly right. You can't afford to get complacent, right? They have to stay hungry and humble if they want to keep this lead.
And now Wells pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Inside, deflects the pass. Parsons, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws.
I tell you, just measures up the defense. Parsons forces the overcommit.
Memphis shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. Good on the second free throw. Whereas it seems like individual all-star and MVP voting is heavily influenced by how players' teams perform. Is that a good thing?
Well, I will say this, Kevin. I have a vote in some of the postseason awards. And if, in fact, I've got two players of the same position and I need some line of demarcation to separate one from another, a team's win-loss record may influence that. Now, you might say it's unfair, but sometimes the difference between a player making it and not making it is minuscule. I would say this to you, Kevin. I would like to see all-star teams go out to 15 players as opposed to 12. There are 3 teams, first, second, third, all NBA. Why not have 15 guys on the all-star team?
Excellent idea. Now, here's Thomas, following the miss by Michael Conley.
Boy, what a nice carom there, guys. He could really use that size and length to his advantage.
Here's Baldwin, and another miss by Memphis.
This has been absolutely brutal. Missed every shot this quarter. He needs to keep his head up and keep working.
And the 3-ball is good. Wells has got a couple of threes now in the first for the Cavs.
And really, that's what built the early lead here. Killer shooting from beyond.
You know, I'm surprised the defense hasn't done anything to take away that three-point shot. You know, that's their preferred weapon tonight. He's trying to make something happen, but obviously been a tough quarter.
LeBron dishes to Wells. Here's the 3, and another 3 for Cleveland.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been tripping.
Here's Conley. The pass to Baldwin. To stop the run. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Baldwin's got his first basket of the night.
Crafty move. He recognizes the size disadvantage, and the mid-range is close enough.
And I'll tell you, that's really clever because it's not easy to get that mid-range off over a guy who's got a size advantage. He made it look easy.
Now here's James. 17 points for him last game against Chicago.
And equally spent as much energy on his D. I mean, 4 steals kind of tell the story.
And Doris, one thing we've seen with LeBron, he's not shy putting pressure on the franchise when it comes to personnel decisions.
Right, Kev, this guy is very serious about winning championships. LeBron James expects support from ownership in terms of acquiring the right pieces, and he keeps his contract short with a purpose. That exerts leverage to be in position to win.
And a chance to now check out the scoring distribution between the front court and the back court players tonight for Cleveland.
And we can see pretty even there between the guards and the bigs. That kind of balanced production has what's helped them craft this huge lead.
Now here's Brooks. He's coming off a 10-point game against Milwaukee.
And the rebounding has been key to their success here tonight.
Yeah, they dominated that category in this one. It's reflected in the score.
LeBron kicks to Crowder. Back to LeBron. Crowder sets a screen for James. Just 5 to shoot. They get the rebound. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop break. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss. Here's Zagoratz. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Bangs home the trifecta.
He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
Here's Rose after Memphis gets the 3. 3-pointer, Crowder, and Davis pulls it down. Brooks outside. To the wing on the left. Here's the screen. Zagoratz passes to Booker. And one of those lunch pail players you love him, Greg. Trevor Booker out of Clemson.
Just hard-nosed, gets on the glass, and although only 6'8", he gets off his feet quickly. A terrific leaper and just one of those ultra-competitive guys.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Thompson's checked in.
Well, I think you have to like the skill set of Trevor Booker. This is a guy who knows his role well and plays within himself. He's shown himself to be a capable big guy.
Thompson outside, down low, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Yeah, Thompson, a very good passer for a player in his position. Knows where everyone is heading.
Conley dishes to Davis. Back to Conley. Pass to Zagoretz. Kicks to Davis. Feeds away. And that one goes long. The Cavaliers leading by 20. Crowder kicks to Thompson. Feeds to Rose. Smith against Brooks. From deep three-point range, Cleveland gets it back. Here's Thompson. Good D by Booker.
Maybe not that time, but he'll hit more than his share if he's left open.
Conley kicks to Booker. Here's Zagoretz. Booker is screen on Thompson. Let's a floater go. It's tipped. Oh, here we go now. Crowder's got it. The fast break chance. He's off on that one. Good D by Booker. The Grizzlies trail by 20. Here's Zagora. That's rebounded by Garbage Man. Garbage Man's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Smith, score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Davis setting the pick for Booker. 52 seconds left in the first. Zagoretz passes to Davis. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Davis has got his first 2 points of the night.
Boy, the defense was in perfect position, but it simply didn't matter. He's just too skilled, too good.
Outside Crowder. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And here's Rose outside. The Grizzlies shooting just 35% to start the game. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Conley dishes to Davis. Right at the free throw line. And the shot falls short this time.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
And it's Rose penetrating. Goes back up. And it's good on the way in. 10 points for Garbage Man. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And a double in the first quarter.
Quarter break with a 22-point lead. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll return shortly. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And for the Cavaliers, this is Memphis ends up going with the new group. For the Cavaliers, Memphis has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter. So Parsons on the outside at 3 with Green at power forward. Then it's Mike Muscala and it's Baldwin in at the point. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Garbage Man in the last game against the Bulls delivered a big performance. He finished with 38 points and controlled the boards, pulling down more than 20 rebounds. He racked up big numbers in what was a really good performance. Can he carry it over tonight? We'll see, Kevin.
Okay, David, no doubt he'll have the defense focused on him here after that stunning game last time out.
You better believe it. He'll be looking at double teams, guys up in his jersey all game long.
I think that's the way this guy likes it. He wants a challenge. It makes him more focused, more determined to show what a force he can be.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, his production has been unbelievable.
This is
Really
Jimmy.
a testament to how much he cares about his craft.
Another one. Man, he's just gotten into a great rhythm out there.
You're just assuming at this point every shot he takes it's going to go in. What a shooting performance.
Got a hand on it.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. And for Memphis, they're shooting just 28%. They're offensively out of whack and out of step with each other at this point. Green kicks to Baldwin. And a miss there on the triple.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Thomas gets the bucket.
Well, Isaiah Thomas has a great stroke. The guy can fill it up from downtown.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
To stop the run. And here's Parsons. 11 points for him in that last game against Milwaukee.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
Thomas passes to Wells. Here's James. Tries again. He takes it up and lays it in. James has got 13 points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Baldwin kicks to Green. Here's Zagoratz. Green, the screen. A floater. Second shot opportunity. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Garbage Man's got his 16th rebound on the night. Here's Thomas. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Well, when Thomas is cooking, boy, look out. A clever player who never met a shot he didn't like.
Here's Zagoratz. Muscala somehow misses the one-handed flush. And here's the fast break. Wells leading the way.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here's Baldwin. Green, the screen. Pass to Baldwin. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Muscala hits the bucket. Muscala's got his first points of the night.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Dorser talked about the evolution of the specialist, the pure 3-and-D guy, for example, who in that category are some of the best in your opinion.
Well, I'm so happy that Klay Thompson has evolved from a guy who believed coming into the NBA that he would strictly be a 3-and-D guy to a much more versatile scorer. But in today's iteration, I would have to say Danny Green won a championship for the San Antonio Spurs, doing nothing but absorbing the biggest threat on the offensive end for the opponent and then being able to make huge threes at timely opportunities. Patrick Beverley, another guy grinding it out, increasingly making shots, and of course, tenacious on-ball defender.
1:29 left in the first half of basketball. There's a screen. And stolen by Love. It's stolen by Muscala. To the middle. Here's Baldwin. And the rejection by Love.
Wow, terrific timing from Kevin Love to get the block, something he's worked hard to improve on.
Pass to Garbage Man. Back to James. Over Parsons. Gets some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. James has got 8 points in the quarter.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
And Parsons kicks to Muscala. No good from 11 feet.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
In the corner, it's James. Wells wide open. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got his 8th assist in the game.
And when you're on the road, this is how you silence the crowd. Tremendous all-around play.
And it's not easy building a lead like this on the road, Greg, but they have been lights out throughout this game.
He gets that one.
You like how he uses his height there.
No, exactly. I mean, you're talking about surveying the defense and cashing in with the gorgeous mid-range.
Thomas a screen. To the wing right side. Just 3 on the clock. And the Cavaliers getting another bucket right there.
Keeping the pressure on and starting to pad this lead around the halfway point.
Yeah, seems like they're starting to pull away a bit right now. They just look a little faster and a little hungrier than the opposition
by like 50
right
points.
now.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Cavaliers ahead, delivering the blowout. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Hey, you have gotten a lot of work done on the glass tonight. How have you been able to get going at that end?
Yeah, I'm just trying to stay active and anticipate the shot when it comes off iron. You know, a lot of it is just keeping my feet moving and not giving up on the play. I know that I can feed off my teammates' energy, and if we can get the rebound, that charges them up as well.
Well, they are on fire after your performance in the first half. Thanks, guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Almost a 50-point lead.
We begin the second half. First half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there was a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Shammy Wells has been sensational.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him, a scoring machine here in that first half.
And it's mattered not, Greg, whether he's been spotting up or creating for himself. He was unstoppable, and you hope it carries over to the second half.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. LeBron and Love are the deadly forward pair. Isaiah Thomas out there with Wells, and it's Garbage Man in at the center filling out the middle. LeBron kicks for Thomas, floats it up for James. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
A history of great finishers in NBA history, but LeBron will top the list before it's all said and done.
Great way to see the alley-oop. That replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Here's Green, and the rejection by Love. And stolen by Parsons. And here we go, the Grizzlies on a fast break. Conley left side. There's the screen. To the left side wing. Muscala. And it's off from three-point range. Cleveland controlling the game.
You know, it's interesting. Kevin Love, almost two different players, right, guys? I mean, a bruising offensive rebounder who can battle inside, but also a skilled perimeter shooter. That's a rare combination.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play. The board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness. Conley kicks to Muscala. And there's the pass to Baldwin. He tries for three, sinks the triple. Baldwin's got 5 points in the quarter. And the three-point shot is a growing part of Kevin Love's game.
Well, I think it's certainly something he's added since coming to the NBA. From barely shooting any early on in his career where he was a flat back-to-the-basket scorer, now three-pointers account for almost half of his field goal attempts.
Out left to the wing. Conley dishes to Muscala. Back to Conley. And there's the call on Shammy Wells.
Come on, Shammy.
That's his first foul. Some changes for Memphis. Rabs checked in for Muscala. Trevor Booker comes in for Green. And Deontay Davis subbed in for Parsons. Baldwin gets to Conley. And he nails the jumper. Conley's got 5.
And never one to force the issue. Conley smoothly knocks that down.
Love outside. He feeds it to Wells. And it's off from three-point range. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Baldwin can't get it to go. Cavaliers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. James, the pass to Love. The dish to Wells. 6 on the shot clock. Fires from deep. It doesn't go for him. Now Memphis takes it the other way.
Oh, come on.
Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Crowder, he's checked in for LeBron. Baldwin gets to Conley. On the wing, Booker. Back to Conley. The feed now to Davis. Pass to Baldwin. Taken away. Now Wells. He's got 26. Drills it from outside. Wells has got 6 here in this quarter.
Now, I think they'll keep going to him more and more as they look to hang on to their lead. Why not with the way this guy is shooting it?
Here's Baldwin. He has 7. Outside Conley. And another miss by Memphis. Cleveland's gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. It's Thomas outside. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Conley kicks to Davis. They set the pick. Back to Conley. Another miss by Conley.
I'll tell you, he hasn't been able to find the mark all night. It's a big reason they're staring at this deficit.
Here's Garbage Man. And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot 2. Doors so much offense is perimeter generated right now. What, if anything, could get us back to running more plays, say, through the post?
Do you think we could reinvent Hakeem Olajuwon or perhaps Patrick Ewing or
I
Bill
wish we
Russell?
could. I wish we could.
Because I know this.
Good point.
Every time I walk by a pickup game on the outside, you see guys sprinting to the 3-point line and looking to be Steph Curry.
And Memphis making a change here. Brooks checked in. And Booker kicks to Davis. Pass to Rab. That one's off. Still out of sync. Cleveland's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Smith dishes to Thomas. They set the screen. Clock at 4. He's too hot. Now he is 9 of 10.
This to me is why Isaiah Thomas is so deadly. He's got lethal quickness as soon as he sees a window to the cup.
Back to Conley. And Booker kicks to Davis. And they double up Davis. For 3, Smith. Booker pulls it in. Booker's got his 3rd rebound tonight. He kicks it to Brooks. Conley up top. 5 points in the game. And out of bounds. The Cavaliers will take it. Here's a peek now at the 2K leaderboard. This year, these teams have made the most of their offensive rebounds. Second, the Cavaliers.
And just having a terrific year on the offensive glass, it's because everybody buys in. Not just the big men, but even the guards are getting in on the act.
Thomas passes to Garbage Man. It's Crowder on the wing. There's the steal. And now here comes Conley leading the break. It's deflected, and they get it back. Here's Rab. And again, Memphis no good.
They're really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Nothing they're doing on the defensive end is working. They've got to figure something out, and fast.
They get it back.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint. Outside Conley. This is to Booker. Pass to Rab. Looking to end the drought. That shot off. Good work defensively by Crowder. He dishes it to Thomas. And Davis sends it back. Here's Booker. And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
Well, such strength by Trevor Booker, not afraid to take it right at the defense.
And Mike Conley Jr., you talk about being bred for success. Remember, his dad was a gold medalist in the triple jump. And you can just see that athleticism in his game. Super quick and elusive out on the floor.
Memphis shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game.
And they've been mediocre all season long. Just about 72% from the line.
Thompson, a screen on Conley. Here's Rose. Nice D from Brooks. And with Conley's athleticism and his handle, it's tough to keep him out of the lane.
And if you go under on that pick, he can hurt you from deep. This guy really, the complete package, arguably the most underrated point guard in our league.
No question he's having a bad quarter, so somebody else needs to take charge of the scoring if they're going to cut into this deficit.
There's the pass to Garbage Man. Jump to finish it off. Ah, beauty.
Well, Kevin, no one's ever questioned his court vision. Rose playing unselfish basketball, being the leader this team needs him to be.
Brooks outside. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Cleveland with the ball. They're on a 17-7 run. Pass to Garbage Man. Here's Thompson. And Davis pulls it down. Memphis has gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Brooks with no one around. Brooks can't get that one to fall. Rose dishes to Crowder. Here's Thompson. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Yeah, I think the activity level that Tristan Thompson plays with on missed shots is something every NBA player can learn from.
Brooks gets to Conley. Back to Brooks. Shot clock at 6. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 4 assists now tonight.
I think the defense is thinking, I don't have to guard him on the line, but that's just a matter of whether he can knock it down, and he does.
Thompson passes to Garbage Man. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Conley kicks to Brooks. Pass to Zagoretz. Here's Davis. Rebound by Garbage Man. Cleveland controlling the game. Outside Rose. Passes it to Garbage Man. And he bangs it all with one hand.
And Rose, an explosive scorer, but he's always been a very capable passer at the point.
Doris, they say that one of the toughest things about calling a game is balancing pure basketball knowledge with entertainment. What's your approach with that job?
Do you know that was the last piece of broadcasting that I think fell into place for me? For a long time, I felt like I was proving myself, Kevin, so I didn't relax and enjoy it. But my son one time said to me, when we were watching a game, he said, Mom, you have to understand when the announcers are having fun, we're having fun.
Chemistry is such a big part of it, isn't it?
Crucial.
Davis with a screen on Crowder. Conley for 3. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Rose passes to Garbage Man. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Garbage Man's got 27 points. The Grizzlies shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. Davis with a screen on Crowder. Kicks it to Booker. Over Thompson. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
Well, they know not to leave him open from mid-range, and they're all over him on that shot.
Rose kicks to Thompson. Back to Rose. 6 to shoot. Outside Crowder. Lets a floater go. And Davis sends it back. And now here comes Conley leading the break. Another miss by Conley. The Cavaliers shooting has been outstanding in this game at 58%. So the wing on the left. Rose against Conley. Outside Rose. Nails the 16-footer.
That's a nice scoring move by Rose. Listen, this was the #1 pick back in 2008. He can still be a major threat.
And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers able to put on a show for the ages. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
I've played as much as I have.
We're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. The Cavaliers with some changes. Garbage Man, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. And J.R. Smith subbed in for Kyle Korver. We've got Davis. Rav is out there with Green. Then it's Conley, and it's Brooks at the shooting guard position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis.
Well, the struggles from the field continue for this guy. The way it's going, he shouldn't be more than a secondary option for them at this point.
And All-Star Week, a fan favorite, certainly, Doris. We all love it as broadcasters, as fans. But are there any changes you'd like to make in any event or the weekend overall?
Well, I think one thing that would be fascinating to me is to see the best players, for instance, the Klay Thompsons, the Steph Currys, those people, the best shooters in the league, participate in that particular three-point contest. Think back to Larry Bird when he walked in the locker room and said, "Who's coming in second tonight?" Like, those are great. We can't get enough of our stars. I'd like to see the stars have to participate in at least one event. Yeah.
Good thoughts. Osmond, Brooks covering, feeds it to Rose. Now the dish to Smith. Here is Garbage Man, started by Davis. Here's Garbage Man. He sinks the 11-footer. Garbage Man's got 4 points this quarter.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Conley with it. He feeds it to Brooks. That's in there. Conley with the assist.
I tell you, there are players who can get thrown off when they're that wide open, but this guy keeps his cool and doesn't rush it.
There's the pick. Rose passes to Graves. Cleveland moving the ball around. Here is Garbage Man, who's guarded by Davis. They get the rebound, and that one is hammered home.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the putback.
GA, strong work all around, and the rebound and the stuff both. Wow. Here's Conley. He can't get that one to fall. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. Conley against Rose. Doris, there are always rumblings about teams and players who don't like what the press is writing about them, trying to ban certain media members from the locker room. What's the danger, you think, in doing that?
To me, any credentialed media should never be banned from a locker room, from an opportunity to bring their fans closer to the sport, simply because you object either about the content of the coverage or the amount of coverage does not exclude a media member from the locker room. I think it's a very dangerous precedent, Kev.
Good point. Here's Zagoratz with the floater. No good that time. Great D that time from Garbage Man.
I'm not going to get the tip.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact.
Some bullshit. I tipped that thing.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
Jeez Louise.
The first one falls.
It's almost an 80-point game. This is ridiculous.
Both shots good from the stripe. The Cavs' Teron Lue said he never envisioned coaching during his playing career, but Doc Rivers saw something in him.
Well, Doc likes to say that Ty just had a way of bringing people together, a way of connecting. At the same time, Lue is tough enough to speak the truth and point out things that others might be reluctant to say. He's made obvious improvements since the half, really getting into an offensive groove.
Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. There's the screen. And it's Conley penetrating inside. Here's Davis. That's in there. Conley with the assist.
Yeah, and Conley just makes the game fun. Able to shoot, but focused on also facilitating for teammates.
Rose passes to Garbage Man. Stolen by Conley. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. Here's Segura. The teardrop falls in.
I'll tell you, the floater is a shot that takes great touch, but that one looks pretty leaving his fingertips.
And the pass to Garbage Man. There's the feed to Rose. To the paint. Here's Garbage Man. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And here's Conley outside. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
I'll tell you, he's had a tough night. And if you're going to shake out of a slump, he's not going to do it with those kinds of shots.
Rose up on top, covered by Conley. Rose passes to Graves. Here's Garbage Man. Pass to Graves. From deep, Rose. The rebound by Rab. The Grizzlies shooting around 29% from the floor. Tough night for them all around on the offensive end. So there's a new procedure for choosing starters in the All-Star game, Doris. Fans account for 50% of the vote, as you know. Players, 25%. Media, 25%. What do you think of that?
I love that the fans have a vote. I would like to see the percentages changed in this way. I would like players, the peers, to have 50% weight. Give the media and fans 25% each. So just swap it so that the peers are dictating the outcome of the All-Star.
Or even if you just had maybe 2 players from each team, guys with some respect and some nice perspective to fill that role you're talking about.
That's a great point. You pick your leaders from your group and they cast the vote. Perfect.
And that's about maximum range for an alley-oop, guys. It's got to be.
That's just crazy. Absolutely nuts. Rose against Conley. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. And 11 points for Rose.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for the Cavaliers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And
that's a horrible
win,
pass,
it gives
Graves.
them a sweep of of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-game.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Garbage Man.
Boy, we got to see this guy's full range of offensive ability. He scored at every opportunity and in every way imaginable.
Here's Conley. That's short off the rim.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Rose against Conley. Stolen by Michael Conley. Looking to get back on track here. And the layup is good.
Leaving the rest of the field in the dust.
Boy, what great speed he's got, Greg. Just phenomenal work getting all the way to the cup in transition.
And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need him.
Should have been 4 blocks. That's bullshit. Tip that one pass.
Great game, DJ. Listen, the guys in the studio want to talk to you.
Okay, let's
Right?
do it.
Right this way?
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Shaquille O'Neal to my right, Kenny the Jet Smith on my left, right here in the middle, I'm Ernie Johnson. And a chance now to head down to the locker room for our post-game interview.
Hey, what's up? It's the Jet. Nice work on getting another win, man. How have you guys been able to keep this win streak?
Well, Kenny, you know, the big thing for us during this stretch is that every night is a different guy stepping up. We have a great atmosphere on the team, and when one player is on a roll, we like to feed him the ball and just keep it going. It takes a full team effort, top to bottom, to keep a win streak like this alive.
That's exactly true. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Roller.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always our pleasure, although sometimes it's yours as well. For Kenny the Jet and Shaquille, Ernie Johnson, have a great night.